Hey everyone, One Big Boss here, as you can tell by the title of the video that you clicked on. Oh, we're back to another episode of New to Retro Reviews, and today we are reviewing RE-Verse. This is a game that, well, it's a game, all right. It's a game that a lot of people did not want to play and did not want, period. And I can understand a lot of the hate for this game. I really do, because I was kind of a naysayer of this game in different ways. I didn't not want to see it succeed, but I was worried about what's going to become of this game, because we kind of had something very similar happen before, and that was Project Resistance. That came bundled with Resident Evil 3 Remake, and if you remember, Resistance actually turned into a pretty fun game. A lot of people really enjoyed playing that, and I can understand why. I saw a lot of videos, and I saw a lot of my friends streaming it and playing it together. I just didn't have time to play the game, but people loved the characters that were in it. People loved the masterminds. People just loved the fact that this game was pretty different. Granted, we find out, that this game was supposed to be an Outbreak-like game, so that's kind of a bummer in that regards, but Resistance still made a lot of people happy. People were getting into it, and then all of a sudden, Capcom was just like, we're done, we're moving on. So I don't know if they told the team to stop working on it because they were having the team work on something else, but it was kind of a bummer to see a game people enjoyed just stop getting the support and love that it rightfully deserves. So, as time went on, we got RE-Verse announced. And RE-Verse came with Resident Evil Village, and, well, over a year later, we finally got it, and I've been playing about, 13 hours into this game. And I gotta tell you guys, I really gotta be honest with you, as I always am here with this channel, I actually had a lot of fun playing this game. It's actually a pretty fun game when you get right down to it. It's not balanced properly and everything, and honestly, from coming from the world of fighting games, I understand about a vanilla version of a game not being balanced and broken in some ways and cheap as hell. I understand that, believe me. So I am hoping that they do patch a lot of the issues that I do have with this game and many others have, but it's really fun. Me and the rest of the guys over at the Residence of Evil, we played it tonight, and we had a lot of fun. We had a great time playing this together, just going in, fighting each other, just hitting each other with everything that we could possible. And this was, I've been playing since earlier this week. JJ and Corey, this was their first time playing it since the beta, and they had a lot of fun with it. And Andrew did too. He had a lot of fun. We had Proxy with us as well, and it was a good time. And then when I was playing by myself earlier this week when the early access came out, I ended up running into other people in the community, like Matt the Marvel from Biohazard Declassified. Ran into him, and I ran into Rico Beerus as well. He's been around in the Resident Evil community for the last couple of years, so it was really incredible to just get together and have fun with these people, and then find random people online and just take these characters you wouldn't think would work in a PvP game and just have a blast with them. It's really it's honestly kind of impressive that I'm having as much fun with a game that I didn't want in the first place. And, like I said, guys, I tell it like it is when I see it, but I also will admit when I'm wrong about stuff. And this game does have potential. And the game itself, when it comes to its mechanics, it's pretty good. I feel it's very responsive for the most part. I don't think it's super janky in its controls. I think they're very responsive, and there's a battle pass system that if you complete certain tasks that it asks you to do, you will be able to unlock things in the store for your characters, or for wallpapers, or charms for your guns, or skins for your guns too. That's pretty awesome, but there's also a backside to that as well. You also have things like the characters. Characters, of course, in this game are very important, and while a lot of people aren't happy with the choices of the characters, actually, I shouldn't say that. It's more so people have an issue with the character or lack thereof. We have a ton of legacy characters here, but there are some missing. But we'll get to that in a minute. But I want to talk about the characters we do have. We have Chris Redfield, we have Leon Kennedy, we have Ada Wong, Claire Redfield, Hunk, and Jill Valentine. All these characters are playable, and much like when I play Tekken, if I hit a random button, even though there's no random button here, I do that with Tekken. Any character I land on, I'm going to have fun playing with, right? But with this game, same thing. Whatever character I choose, I'm going to have fun with. All of the characters have different movesets that really set them apart from every other character, so no character truly feels the same, and I like that about this. They all have stats that you can look at on the screen and see what their special abilities do, and everybody has a special ability. You also have the ability to upgrade all their guns. You can upgrade how you are with your life, or picking up extra ammo, finding high-powered weapons on the map, or virus capsules, whatever the case may be. You have the option to turn your characters into however you want. There is, not fully customizable, mind you, because you have a weapon set with you that you keep at all times, but it's still a fun game. It's fun to figure out what character just kind of suits you best, and I love just playing as all the characters, right? And there's also more characters to play as in terms of the BOWs. Now, the purple viral capsules that I talked about, those things, if you get them while you're human, the more you collect, the stronger you become. So when you're someone like Chris Redfield, you can just like drill people from a distance with your machine gun, and it's honestly hilarious to watch people just go down that easy, or even going up against the BOWs and drilling them and taking them down. It's pretty satisfying. But if you die, death is not the end, honestly. It really isn't. Actually, you get a second chance. So there's different levels of BOWs that you transform into. If you don't carry any of the capsules on you, you become the Molded from RE7. If you carry one capsule on you, you're either the Hunter Gammas from Resident Evil 3 Remake, or you turn into Jack Baker from Resident Evil 7. And if you have two virus capsules on you, because you're only allowed to carry up to two, you will become the Super Tyrant from Resident Evil 2 Remake and the Nemesis from RE3 Remake. And to be honest, most of them are pretty fun to play as. The Molded's kind of like the most boring and everything, but all of them have their own strengths and, you know, that can help you with the game. We're going to talk about why it's bad to be the BOWs at times, but one of the things I will talk about now is if you become a BOW, you don't kill as many people because you're a little bit slower, and while you might be packing serious power with like punches or rocket launchers or tentacles or claw swipes, it is tough because I've noticed you can't actually kill as many people and get as many points as you would if you were human. So I guess that's kind of the drawback of getting that second life. So I've kind of praised the game a lot about its good, but what's the bad about it? Well, like everything else, you can't have the good without the bad for the most part. Some games are kind of perfect 10s, but we're going to talk about the bad right now because it's got to be done. First off, the hit detection in this game for physical attacks and picking up items is pretty bad. For the guns, not too terrible. I hope it's something that they work on, because I'm pretty sure I've drilled some people in the face with a machine gun and they were still standing and I was not. And I would transform and go fight them afterwards, and they were still taking a beating and kept on going and putting up a fight. It was kind of weird when that happened at times. But yeah, the hit detection needs to change, because you don't have the option to actually pick up a herb or anything like that, or a special item. You just run up to it, and when it detects it, it picks it up and adds it to your inventory as is. And I don't like that, because I feel that I miss it sometimes, and then other times I've been right up on the things and don't get them fast enough, and it gets me killed. This is something that they do really need to consider, because sometimes this hit detection can cause a lot of problems when it's not from overpowered weapons. And you know what? Speaking of overpowered weapons, Ada Wong, literally, I played her in this for the footage and such. Playing as her, that crossbow, you get a good hit on somebody, you can one-hit KO them. Now, I get it, there's kind of a trade-off to that because it's a bow gun, you have to reload, but the reload speed on that's pretty good. And I'm using the base vanilla bow gun, okay? That is disturbing that thing with no enhancements can do the damage that it does. It needs to be nerfed in a lot of different ways. Also, Chris, kind of the same thing. I kind of noticed that if I hit an enemy really good, they either die from the punch or they get knocked down so much that I can just take out his gun and just drill them on the floor, you know? Just fire everything into them. And, you know, it feels a little bit cheap like that. And I guess that's the other thing we should kind of move into, is the fact that when you get knocked down, it's game over, man. Game over. Because that's literally what it is at the end of the day. It's a game over. You get knocked on the ground, you're not getting back up unless another enemy comes and starts attacking the guy that attacked you. And there should be a way, like I know like some of them have like recovery on the ground and stuff like that, but not everybody has that ability. And it should be a basic skill that I think every character should have. If you have enough after dodge rolling, you should be able to dodge roll and take less damage from being attacked while on the ground. Because if you do, oh, sorry, when you get knocked on the ground, most of the time you're turning into a BOW, and it kind of sucks at that point. Also, stun lock is a major issue as well that kind of plays into what I just talked about. Stun lock in this game, unfortunately, does ruin a lot of the experience. It's rough, ladies and gentlemen. It really is, because you could be the Nemesis, right? All powerful, super, or like the Super Tyrant, right? With your one-hit KO moves and such. But if enemies start gathering around you, or even sometimes one, I've been the Nemesis and I've literally been taken out by the Molded, okay? giant lumps of mold killed the nemesis. And that's not me just, possibly being bad at the game. No, I've run into other people that have told me the exact same experience that they're having. And, you can get knocked out of trying to do a move when you're the nemesis or when you're any of the characters, and you just get stun locked. It needs to be fixed, like, soon, because this game has potential, like I've said, but it needs that extra boost of attention. Again, this just came out, so they're probably going to analyze everything, I hope. The battle pass system, unlocking certain items because you leveled up by doing certain tasks is great, but I don't like the battle pass system and what they did in terms of there's an item on your first, like when you first unlock or close to it, then your next level, like let's say level 2, there's nothing. Level 3, there's an item for you. Level 4, there's nothing. Level 5, there's another item. I don't like how that is the battle pass, because there's a DLC battle pass for $10 that allows you access to certain things, and for its bottom row, there's always something to unlock. I feel that for a game that has been delayed a lot and comes out well over a year after it was announced, there should be more in terms of unlockables for us to unlock without having to buy a battle pass. Also, we got to talk about something else, the fact that there is only 2 levels, the Baker Estate and the RPD remake stage. And to be honest, I love both stages. They're both awesome, but there needed to be at least a 3rd or 4th stage given to this. Again, over a year, and we only get 2 stages, doesn't seem right in my opinion. And the online aspect of this game, I didn't have that much problem with it. Now, the guys from Row, all of us are spread all throughout the United States. We're East Coast, we're, middle of the country, and there's people on the West Coast, and our internets work just fine. And their internets don't work well that often either. Like, when they're running good, there's still some problems here and there, but it did work. And I found it, and a lot of people were complaining that it wasn't, and matchmaking took forever. And I don't know, I didn't really see a lot of matchmaking issues. I never not really found one at all. And again, I put 13 hours into the game. 13 hours. I'm not saying it's not true. I may have just missed it, because that happens at times, right? Also, we got to talk about the lack of characters, or I should say more characters, because we do have a lot of legacy characters, but there should have been more characters. I think this game should have launched with at least 2 more characters. And if those characters do exist in the future, I want to see them from different walks of Resident Evil history, different games representing the different games they come from. Give us Billy from, Resident Evil 0. Give us Barry Burton from Revelations 2. Give us Wesker and Sheva from Resident Evil 5. Give us Jake or Sherry. Jake. Oh God, it's 5 in the morning, guys. Actually, no, it's almost 6 in the morning. I'm recording this. I'm tired. Jake and Sherry from Resident Evil 6 could be one of the ones that you choose, or both of them to represent that game. There is so many options. Dude, you could even have Ark Thompson, okay? If he was included with a wave of characters coming out, and Ark Thompson was, I guarantee you, him from Survivor, Ark Thompson, people would be happy about that. Or even Bruce from Dead Aim. Start throwing in Outbreak characters too, right? Kind of awesome when you think about it. So I really hope that's something that they add to the game, because they need it. They need these things to keep the game alive and keep the game going. Again, I think the battle pass system needs a little bit retooling. The characters need to be rebalanced once we know exactly a lot more of who isn't as balanced as they should, because Chris and Ada feel pretty overpowered for the most part. Because all those boulder punching things really worked out for him. I don't know. I really don't know. So at the end of the day, you've heard my thoughts about this game. It is, it's got a lot of issues, ladies and gentlemen. And the team that worked on it, I know they're very passionate. I feel that Capcom just needed to sink more money into this if they wanted it to work. Companies cannot give you games that are missing tons of content. You can't put the developers through something like that are working hard on this. Especially in this day and age when people just attack the developers and not the actual company who did these things. So I think at the end of the day, Reverse, it's got a chance. I think it has a lot of potential from what I'm seeing so far, and from certain things people have told me about this game and what's coming in the future. I really feel that this has a chance, and I want people to play it because it's free. It's a free game. So I really want people to go in and just give this a shot. I really want them to, because this could be something that ends up being very good for us in the future. We keep getting something like this, like more support for a game like this. We have wanted a mini game or a side game like as fun as Mercenaries has been, or Raid mode. This could be the next mode like that. This could be the mode that people want and keep playing for a long time if you continue to support it. Don't know if it's going to happen or not. We will just have to wait and see. So with that being said, heard my thoughts and opinions, but I want to know what you think, so let me know down in the comments below. So please thumbs up and subscribe because it's free in this day and age. Free is a damn good thing. As always, everybody, thank you for watching. I'm One Big Boss, and I will see you all next time. Hey guys, thanks again for watching this video. If you could give it a like and a share, it'd help my channel out big time. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram where I'm most active, links down below in the description. Also, make sure to click the join button to help support what I do on YouTube. Our community here is growing every day, so join if you'd like to and help support us. Also, click the bell to get notified for new videos when they go up and get notified when I also go live, which I solely do here on YouTube. Many thanks again, guys. Greatly appreciate it.